Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, I had the craziest thing happen. Yesterday, I filmed a rambling sitting right here under the gazebo, and afterwards, I came out here like this to film or to take a picture for a thumbnail. Thumbnail being the picture you see when you click on a YouTube video. I'm gonna get back in the shade here real quick. I walked out there to take a picture for that thumbnail, and all of a sudden, right over my head, I hear, no, Elvis, it wasn't you, but yeah, I hear you a lot. I hear right over my head, I hear, bzzz, and I'm like, I know that sound. No, Elvis, it was not a airplane like you hear right there. It was not a helicopter. Guys, right over my head, right? See those trees right there? It flew right above that little tree right there. Came from this direction, right over there. See, came low right over those trees, flew lower than that tree. Zzz. It was a drone. It was a drone flying right over the ridge at low altitude, not going very fast. It's kind of alarming. Yeah, I have a drone. I film for recreational purposes, documenting my progress and all that stuff. And if you're gonna fly commercially, you need the Part 107 license. I do have a license. My drone is registered. And this was a large drone. This wasn't just a little bitty mini, the little kinds, the little cheapies, This was a high dollar large drone. Actually looks larger than my drone. And it flew, all the way across my property at low altitude and going very slow. I know, Elvis, I called the neighbors. I called all the neighbors and said, hey, did you guys by chance just see or hear a drone going over? For the direction, it came from that direction, so I called all the neighbors in that direction. I know. And they said no, it was not them. And actually, one of the neighbors called all the people they knew in the area, and none of them said they were flying a drone. And you guys know, my drone shoots at 5.3K resolution at 30 frames per second, and you can change the frames per second, you can change the resolution, and it has a 1-inch camera sensor, which is huge. If this one was as good or better than mine, you can actually read license plate numbers off your car from way high up. So if you're flying at the altitude they could probably read my credit card number if I had my credit card in my hand. That's how low they were and how good the resolution is. Now again, not saying any of that was happening, not being a conspiracy theorist, but it is alarming with a drone flying that low and that slow right over your, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm out in the middle of the country here in West Tennessee. I have a theory though. I do have a theory. Now, I will say this before I get into it. It is not illegal to fly a drone over private property. It is not. In Tennessee, it's not, and there's no federal law preventing it. Let me see how my power's doing here. We got 558 watts coming in on this unit. I got solar, 64%. I think we're good on power right now. That's good. I'm just making sure. So yeah, there is no law that they were breaking by flying over our property. Now, if they were surveilling, if the trespasser was surveilling, meaning hovering right over my property and with the intent to gather information, right? That is illegal. You cannot harass, you cannot surveil, and of course there's peeping Tom laws as well. If someone's laying, sunbathing in the nude, I'm not doing that, I promise. If you're sunbathing in the nude and they fly over with the intent to record that is illegal here in Tennessee. But none of that was happening. It didn't appear they were surveilling. I do have a theory on what they were doing though. Take a little walk It's still 90 here in West Tennessee. The humidity is a little bit lower than it was. We did not get the rain. You can see it's just a dried, dusty mess up here. We did not get the rain. The other solar panels are still super, super dusty. I am making huge progress. The video I got coming out tomorrow is a fun video. I told you yesterday, working with the sewage on the camper. I mean, I know, stinky, smelly, nasty. Yeah, it really was. And then of course the electric aspect of it, it was shocking. You're gonna see it. It was definitely shocking. But back to the trespasser, back to the drone flying over. Again, I'll give you a better view right here. The drone flew over right over there, flew low altitude, lower than that big tree right there, and went through that little opening right there, just zzz. And I was sitting right over there taking that picture after filming Ramblings. I mean, I've got a lot of expensive equipment. Look how dirty the solar panel. Oof, my goodness, we need some rain. I've got some expensive equipment up here, right? I've got, you know, my solar equipment. I've got all these building materials. I've got all these Pella windows right here, which I do have to today. I've got to get these straightened up. I've got to get, because you don't want to let them sit and lean like that. I need to straighten those up, and then straighten these up and get them bundled together. That way they stay maintained. Yeah, nice. Yeah, let me get all this straightened up. See, I got all these materials here protected and everything. It all looks really good in here. All right, so let's take a walk down here. So the theory I have on what is going on is, I'm betting it's the county. I bet it's the government. Tim, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, I've done some research on this, and I bet it is the county doing tax assessment. They use drones. The county uses drones, flies over your property looking for improvements that have not been declared, looking for building structures that have not been permitted. I've got a permit. You build a house. They want to know so they can tax you more. You start a construction project without a permit, they want to fine you. I think that's what they were doing. So trespassing, I mean, they weren't on my property. They were in airspace, which is perfectly legal. I know it doesn't sound right to a lot of people that the government can fly over, or even a private person can fly over your property and surveil you without repercussions. And again, there are certain laws that prevent that type of action for the purpose of peeping Tom, surveilling, and you know, those type of things. I have got to get the backhoe back on the tractor since the bush hogging is done. I got some trenches to dig, electrical and plumbing trenches to dig. I do. The leaves are already changing, guys. I was out earlier today, and the maple trees are already turning beautiful shades of gold, yellow, and red. It's amazing. But I do have a problem here, guys. This canopy that I've got in the woods here is finally starting to fall apart. Can you see the right up there? We got a big old hole. And so what I've done is I ordered a 20 by 30 tarp, and I'm going to put the 20 by 30 tarp over that, and because I still have some really good materials in there I want to keep dry. I need to reorganize it. But yeah, my first canopy is falling apart. That's the first one, and I've had this for 2 years out here, at least 2 years. It is what it is. My quick tent white canopies are doing really well. Let's walk out here. So yeah, I was alarmed. I was disturbed by that drone flying over. Wouldn't you be? I mean, you're sitting there in the middle of the country, middle of nowhere. Drone flies over. Let's see if the deer have been gnawing on this stump here. This is the mineral stump. Oh yeah, see the bright colors on the wood there? Deer have been coming to this mineral stump. This used to be a giant stump and the deer just eating it all up. Even with my trailer sitting there, they're doing it. Walk down here. I bush hogged all the way up on either side there. Uncle Sonny bush hogged over by Grandma Carol's. Bush hog these fields right here. Thank you, Uncle Sonny. Do appreciate it. I got out and bush hogged either side of the road. I did the big ditch over there. Got that. I do appreciate him getting the big areas taken care of. What y'all think about my turkey feathers? I like my turkey feathers I found. I bet we might find some more out in this field right here. As soon as we get a good rain, I think I'm gonna burn this big brush pile. I know I got some other brush pile. I ain't gonna burn the big tree mountain yet. That's gonna be a while before I burn the big tree mountain. The goldenrod is starting to bloom, which means the bees will start to bring in goldenrod, which is that fall smelly honey. Some people really like it. I put it in my coffee, but let's see what the bees are doing over here. I see some flying. Get a clover. The deer just love the clover. Actually, that's not clover. Oh, there's some clover over there. Let's see if the bees are flying. Hopefully the camera don't overheat. I know it will here shortly. Yep, there are bees. Now this time of the year, it is hot, it is dry, and the bees do not like to be bothered. So I'm not gonna bother them. But I can see bees flying in and out over there. I can see bees flying in and out right there, and I don't want to get stung. So I'm gonna walk on down here. Turn the camera this way so light exposure adjusts. Beautiful day here. Look at this. Just a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh my goodness. Such a gorgeous day. I will be, today's Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. I will be going to see Meredith this evening. Tree stand. I'm wondering if those leaves are in the way of me seeing out. Let's go up here and find out. Let's see if this thing, I don't know if it's tight. Oh yeah, it's still tight. Okay, let's get up here. Climb the tree. Try to do this one-handed. Get up here and see if we can see. Uh-oh, spider webs. I do not like spiders. I do not like spiders. Let me get a little higher here. A little higher. All right, I'll turn around. Okay, not too bad. We can see, I'm not all the way up. I've got a couple more steps to go. I just don't want to get in these spiders. I can see deer going there. I can see deer going there. Can't wait for deer season. Can't wait for deer season. All right, oops, let's come on down. See if I can come down without falling. Tim, don't fall. And don't get any spiders on you. All right. Yeah, see, look at the color. See the color of the leaves changing? Look at that. That's poison ivy, by the way, guys. Or poison oak. Yeah, that's poison oak. That is not the tree itself. That is the poison oak leaves, not poison ivy. But it's starting to change colors. Come on with it. All right. I got so many chiggers that day. When I took you all on a walkabout through the woods, I got so many chiggers in my legs the other day. Oh my gosh, I've been itching like crazy. Itching like crazy. I'm gonna go up here. Let's check the mailbox, see if we got any mail come in. Yeah, if you've had experience with drones flying over, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Say, yeah, Tim, drones fly over. I found out it was this, or I shot one out of the sky, which I would never do. I would not. Now, if one is invading my, doing something illegal, nah, I probably still wouldn't shoot it down. I'm not gonna admit to that on camera. But let me know what you think. Would you shoot a drone down? Would you throw a rock at it? What would you do if it was obviously sitting there surveilling you while you're in your birthday suit? All right. Now, the reason I say county assessors, we've got posted no trespassing signs. This is coming into Grandma Carol's that way, my property's that way, driveways from over there, and then at the gate has no trespassing signs on as well. So the county assessors have to have permission to come on. They either have to have a warrant or explicit permission to come on. They can't just come onto the property. Nothing. But I did just order 100 more AAA batteries for trail cameras. I have got to check my trail cameras and see what's been out there. I have not checked them all winter, so a lot of them, the batteries are dead. You just see winter stuff. The solar ones, they keep going until the memory card goes off. I hear a plane up there. Oh, look, y'all see that bird up there? It's a big black vulture. Big black vulture. Camera just overheated, which is a sign I have got to go, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Tell me what you think about the Trespasser, the drone flying over. Like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out. And like always, guys, hope everyone has a blessed day, and keep rambling and go Ridge Life. Woo!